Moving paper is basically a kinetic installation that shows the flow of energy. This is a story about the relationship of energies, and at the same time, it can be regarded as an automata system. The two motors are connected by a paper roll, and they are considered as one technical individual in a one system. In the process of rotating of motors, when the connected paper becomes too heavy or too tight, then the current of motor becomes overloaded, and the motor changes its direction and it starts to turn in reverse. With this principle, the papers affect each other. They repeat motions such as spreading and tension and entanglement. So, what we see in this process, which occurs simultaneously, is an accidental and chaotic phenomenon. In fact, these actions and phenomena of reactions are no different from chemical reactions of substances or the flow of particles, gases, or air. So to speak, this paper movement expressed the interaction between invisible rotational energy as a medium and at the same time as a relationship itself. Yes, definitely. I would like to say all of my work is very closely related to its temporality and the notion of time. My work mainly deals with relationships, which are ambiguous to define or which we do not easily grasp. So, what I want to express through my work is to reveal relationships which are not seen and to express them and try to define them. When exploring relationship, time is the essence of existence. But time is an insubstantial. There is only the relationship of matters. Time is the amount of changes due to the action between matters. It's also expressed as a flow of energy. So we see the phenomenon of the changes and only assume that time exists. In the case of moving papers, the interaction between the motors means the existence of time. Because of this relationship, we are aware of the existence of time. The flow of energy of motors, such as paper movement, spread, shrink, is no different from what we describe as time. I usually get the ideas from books and such of philosophers or scientific theories and sometimes hypotheses. Be more specific, my work rely on the ideas and researches of the philosopher such as Whitehead, Simondon, and Bachelard. Their theories has always been a strong support for my work. In particular, I would like to talk about Whitehead's theory, which has been a big cornerstone of my work. His theories and books allows me to understand the world as a relationship. Matters, objects, or notions that exist in the world cannot be defined without their surroundings or objects related to them. For example, the reason we can refer to red as red is because there are other colors, and also the reason we can conceive of the concept of the time is that it can be described physically as the amount of changes in position and the chemical reaction of matter. Everything is relative. Through the shaking of the flame, you can see the existence of air and also the wave, which is one of the specific phenomenon of water. It refers to a repetitive pattern created by interaction of water particles. Speaking on it to the extent that I can imagine, I would like to say that technology and art are in a symbiotic relationship. Art allows us to imagine and express something beyond human aspect and sense. And there are still things like magic in the world, things we don't know. Technology can also be defined as magic in some aspects. It can be said that technology is the realization of magic or the manifestation of the possibility of nature. So, when the primitive nature which exists as magic becomes a tool, medium, and emerges as a technology, it will become a form of art. So to speak, in the field of science and technology, the process and outcome of research on matter can be art. Transforming orbital data of an artificial satellite or a radio wave which we cannot detect into sound or image to make human sense, it can also be an art. Especially considering the movement of the field of art and philosophy, now they are trying to redefine nature, matter, and technology beyond the aspect of Cartesian dichotomy in the past. It can be seen as an attempt to define human and nature, or technology and matter as a single organism that coexist. So I hope that new artistic practices dealt with technology, nature, and humans will become the spirit of the times that we take for granted in 2051.